channel, you might have seen my short where I'm showing how can you do it on 1,000 Canadian dollars living well in the Philippines. I'm going to break this down for you and give you a lot more detailed information. By the end of this video, this is going to explain really the scenario of it all. And I think it's also broad enough and basic enough where you can really manipulate it to fit your style. It's adjustable. So hang on with me all the way through the end. You're going to get a great breakdown on the budget and how it all goes. So let's start off with the rent. Now, I'm paying $11,000. It's a one-bedroom, fully furnished with internet and a pool. That works out to about 250, 260 Canadian dollars. If it was US dollars, it would be less than $200 a month. Okay, it's fantastic. Now, I'm not going to, for this, to save time, I'm going to just keep everything in Canadian dollars because that's what I'm used to. But if you're obviously from the US, your money would even go further. If you're the UK, it would even go extremely further, etc., etc., etc. So I'm going to bump my rent up to $300. And I'll tell you why I'm going to do that, because that leaves me enough to pay my power. The rent includes free water and internet, and like I said, the pool, and it's fully furnished, fridge, everything's there, the TV, the hot shower, it's all there. Now, I personally do not use an air conditioner. I'm up in the mountains, I got fantastic air in there, I got my fan right in the window. I don't need the air conditioner, I prefer not to use it. If you're going to use an air conditioner, you're probably going to have to pay a few more thousand pesos every month if you use an air conditioner a lot. However, like I said, I do not. My bill comes to about $20 to $30 maximum for power. So that's why I rounded up mine to $300. Okay. Food is going to be next. And this is where I'm saying it's going to be really adjustable to your budget, because I'm going to upscale everything. So I'm going to go, let's say beef, for example, is the most expensive. Ground beef is 360 pesos a kilo. You're not going to eat 2.2 pounds of meat every day, okay? But even at the 360 pesos, that's about $7 or $8 a day. And again, I'm talking Canadian. So now, let's say you're going to eat half of that or whatever. The rest is going to go to your potatoes, rice, vegetables, whatever you prefer for your side dishes. This is why I'm saying it's very flexible for your budget. I'm going with the higher end. And I'm even bumping up to 360, saying it, make it 400 pesos. That brings it to roughly about $10 a day, and that's going to be 300. Very adjustable food balance for anybody. Okay, that's a significant amount of food to consume. Comfortable, you're not starving, let's put it this way. Okay, so now let's dive into the entertainment. And just before we get into that, guys, I just want to mention, if you got any questions or concerns, or you want to, please leave a comment, help me along the algorithm, like, subscribe. More importantly, if you want to do an actual personal live, comment now, leave it, and I will get you set up so we can do some lives and you can actually ask and get some advice or whatever you prefer on these lives. So by all means, leave that kind of information, comment down below. So we're going into the entertainment. Let's go for restaurants and eating out. Okay, now I'll leave a picture here or there, wherever it's going to be. Got you some 3 examples. Eggs Benedict. I love my Eggs Benedict at that particular restaurant I go to. It's right along the boulevard. The ocean's right there. And it's brewed coffee, unlimited. The Egg Benedicts are fantastic. I'm paying 350 pesos for that. This place is not known for the best prices, but the food is good. Okay. I've had a hamburger there, which is in that picture as well. And I think that was 363. I forget what it was, somewhere around there. Still well under 400, well, under 400 pesos. The quesadilla, that's a fantastic meal right there. And they have different selection. They got shrimp, chicken, all this kind of stuff. The chicken one's 150. Okay. I mean, that's a full meal right there. Okay. So there's other restaurants to choose from. I've had a pretty good pizza around there, and that's a little bit hard to find sometimes. They're around 500 and some for the known tourist spots. Still under 600 pesos, and the reason why I'm going with this in a minute. There's a couple other places I found, like a real clay oven for the pizzas, 150 pesos for a 9-inch pizza. You know, there's fast food stuff like, you know, of course, Chowking and Jollibee and all that kind of stuff. Then there's Crispy King, that just specializes in fried chicken. It's $1 a piece. They're big pieces of fried chicken. I go there quite often. I'll grab some, 5 or 6 pieces and head up in the mountain or to the waterfalls or wherever it is. It's a cheap, quick meal. So anyway, I've put my estimate in saying, let's say you want to go 10 times in a month. That's a little over 2 times a week. And you're going to give yourself 600 pesos to spend. Maybe you want a drink, maybe you want a dessert, whatever. I'm bumping that up again. And even at 600 pesos at 10 times a month, that's $150. Again, you can divide it up, make it more for your style. Maybe you want to only pay 300 and you're going to go 20 times a month eating out, okay? That's pretty significant. That's not bad at all. Now, other entertainment, what are you going to do? Okay, I personally like to go drive around. I spend a lot of time just exploring, driving. This is why I actually find some really good deals on rent. That's another thing, guys. If you want to find out how I do that, leave a comment below. But I spend an excessive amount of time just basically trying to get lost. I go everywhere and I find new directions. That's one of my passions. Another one is I love the water. And so I'm going to give you a scenario and say, let's go snorkeling. There's a place you can go snorkeling there. It's a 50 peso entrance fee to go into a protected marine area, okay? You've got your beautiful corals, all different types of fish. It's a nice beach, and it's 50 pesos entrance fee. So that works out to like $1.25-ish, something like that. Then there's several like hot springs, waterfalls, and stuff like this. And they vary from 75 pesos to 120-ish, something like that. But let's assume you're going to spend, the 100 pesos for those kind of things and the 50 pesos for the snorkeling. That's 150 pesos. And let's say you're going to go every day. Every day. That's still $150 a month. Okay? It's under $5 a day. This is your remaining money. Now, all serious aside, you should have a buffer zone. You should have some savings. I would like to see anybody doing this, having a little bit more money aside for emergencies, health issues, and like that. However, this is still left over. You're going to need at least this for your visas and maintaining the law by keeping up to date with your passport. And this could be a miscellaneous toothpaste, whatever it could be, soaps, detergents, shampoos. Point being is it's a very flexible budget, and this is again based on Canadian dollars, which is one of the saddest exchange rates out there. Okay, it's like averaging 41 to 42. US is like what, 58 now. I think the UK is 75-ish or something like that. So extreme difference. Okay, guys. So again, it is very possible to live a very comfortable and fulfilling decent life on that kind of income. If you disagree with me or have an issue or I think I should miss something or add it, by all means, leave a comment. And I will be I'm back in Canada at the moment. I want to be posting some videos if you guys are interested in the comparisons and what it's like to going back and forth. I spent 6 months there, 6 months back as I'm setting up things back and forth. And if you guys are into that kind of stuff, let me know as well. Again, thanks for sticking around and watching. And if you do want to have some lives where you want to interact and have some other questions that I haven't touched base on, let me know if you're interested in having a live and being part of that live. Leave that in the comments. And again, guys, please subscribe or hit the algorithm by leaving a comment or a like. That would be much appreciated. Everybody take care and have a good one. Thank you.